Now at 6, the future of the water and wastewater systems in question tonight during a town hall meeting in Neosho, Missouri. Plus, staff and students head back to class in some southeast Kansas schools, and young aspiring golfers tee off today in Joplin in a junior tournament.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Neosho community members tonight have the opportunity to make their opinions heard about a proposed sale of the city's water and wastewater systems. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. The city of Neosho is considering an agreement to sell the water and wastewater systems to Missouri American Water for $34.5 million. A first reading of the agreement was presented at Neosho's August 5th council meeting. If the deal is made, it'll have to be approved by the Missouri Public Service Commission. At 6:30 tonight, representatives from the city and Missouri American Water will be available at the Neosho Municipal Auditorium for community members to share their thoughts and ask questions about the proposal. Officials will outline the terms of the sale, benefits and challenges, and how the agreement could affect Neosho residents. We're going to have details on that proposal and tonight's town hall on KOAM News at 10. Right now, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
And it definitely turned out to be a pretty good Tuesday for us today. Temperatures upper 80s to near 90 degrees. We aren't seeing the widespread rain that we've seen over the past couple days, but we still have some spotty little pop-up showers and thunder showers southwest of Fort Scott, south of Chanute, over toward Fredonia and Neodesha. These will continue to kind of drift through. Very spotty. Most of you will end up staying dry. Temperatures will drop back upper 60s by morning. Let's go into Wednesday afternoon. We should be about 90 or 91 degrees. Again, very slight chance for an isolated thunderstorm. Through the evening, 80s, 70s. Upper 60s. Currently outside, we're at 88 in Joplin, 88 as well in Pittsburgh. A little bit cooler where there's been a few showers, but we're going to heat up the rest of the week. We're going to look at that here in a bit.
Catching a few. This was the first day of a brand new school year for a number of southeast Kansas school districts. Those include USD 246 in Arma. KOAM's Ty Parks was there as they welcomed back their students and staff.
My biggest thing is find your voice. You, as somebody coming here, don't be shy. Show yourself. Be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself. This is high school makes you you.
At the sound of the bell, school starts again for USD 246 in Arma, Kansas. Students are excited as well as the staff.
Excited about some new things we have. We have a new science teacher for us, chemistry and physics teacher, Rob Massa, who had retired from Girard, and now he's with us. We're super excited to have him.
Seniors like Destiny are excited, but also nervous about the future.
I'm nervous about getting injured for college because I want to play in college for sports. So getting injured would set me back, but also having a good program like the support here, I know that we are well educated in like stretching before and like doing things before practices and being smart about it basically.
This is the second year Arma schools have done 4 days a week.
Went really well last year. We changed a lot going into last year, and I think we're going to kind of stay the same this year because it went so well.
But it did come with some challenges for the students.
The only thing that I'd say it wouldn't help with is like we had to speed up our work. So we had to like get a lot more work going in the 4 days. But having this year, like this is our second year, so it's calmed down a lot more because they know what to do now.
The students see the benefits and the staff see the positives as well.
A lot of positives for us. Student discipline has gone down at the high school since we started the 4-day week. So we're excited about that as well. That's always nice. It helps with the atmosphere as well.
In Arma, Kansas, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Arma High is already celebrating the year with higher enrollment, larger underclass. Some young golfers hit the links in Joplin today for the AJGA tournament. The American Junior Golf Association tournament invites aspiring young players to play with college, even some professional players, in a unique, all-inclusive 18-hole tourney. Proceeds from the tournament go to provide financial assistance for those juniors who might have the talent but not the resources to play in AJGA events.
From the local community, Roper Honda, is our title sponsor today, so they have some teams that are out here, and then just some other local businesses or individuals. A lot of times it's members of the club that are out here supporting the event to play with one of our top level juniors and obviously raising money for charity.
That tournament teed off at Twin Hills Golf and Country Club in Joplin. Fair season continues in the area. The Interstate Fair and Rodeo left to shoot this morning in Coffeyville, Kansas. Exhibitors showcased their swine in hopes of winning a blue ribbon, and riders showed off their skills in the PRCA rodeo slack. One exhibitor talks about the preparation it takes to compete in that swine show.
It takes a lot of responsibility, and you have to be willing to get up every day and go outside, walk, feed, and clean their pen.
That fair runs through Saturday. If you're looking for more events right here in the 4 states, but you don't know where to go, well, we've got you covered. This handy QR code will take you straight to the events page of our website, koamnewsnow.com. Just scan it with your phone and you'll find all kinds of family fun events, including plenty of information on upcoming and ongoing fairs, as well as plenty of back-to-school events. The events page at koamnewsnow.com. Authorities respond to a car crash in Carthage that ends up a little too close to home for one family. That's coming up. And a self-defense specialist in Joplin has some ways to keep your kids safe at the bus stop. Take a look at this. It was quite a sight in Carthage today when a 2-vehicle crash sent a car into the front porch of a home. Investigators say the car collided with a pickup at the corner of Orner and Poplar Streets. The pickup spun and rolled. The car veered off the road through a grouping of trees and then struck the porch. As you see, the porch roof collapsed onto the car. Police tell us one person was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Getting on and off the school bus can be a routine part of a child's day, but for some, it can also be a moment of vulnerability. While abductions are rare, according to hopkinsmedicine.org, incidents can happen away from home. KOAM's Lonnie Walton spoke to a self-defense expert from the Forge in Joplin who says there are ways for kids to protect themselves.
Said, how do you like school? They're going to tell me, oh, it's great.
Guru is a grandmother of 7 grandchildren. Although she doesn't know if they like school, they do mind adults, like when they advise them about getting on and off the school bus.
Stay with their leader, their adult, and listen to what the leader tells them because they tell them the right things to do.
James Bullitt is a self-defense expert and owner of the Forge in Joplin. He advises students about strangers who may come a little too close for comfort.
You're going to extend and smash the face as hard as you can. Okay? That will cause, at minimum, a reaction, at maximum, damage.
James says having both straps on your book bag on both shoulders is a no-no.
Turn sideways, and this is fully on. You have an easy thing like this. If I go to try to control you and I pulled, you shouldn't be resisting. And if you do even for a second, well, let go of the bag.
Someone grabs you from behind, there are safety measures.
He needs to instantly tuck his chin and grab my arm as fast as possible with both hands and anchor down. And then from there, he's either going to move his hips out of the way.
Bullitt also says try to avoid the situation with body language.
This right here is what I teach day 1. Excuse me, how can I help you? This is where it starts. How can I help you?
Bullitt says if all things fail, take all measures to protect yourself. Reporting in Joplin, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Johns Hopkins Medicine says you should start talking to your child about avoiding strangers at an early age. A Missouri teen defies the odds after a skateboard accident leaves him with life-threatening injuries. We brought you the story of Cody Trinkle a couple of weeks ago. He's the Missouri teenager who fell 240 feet down a ravine near Goose Creek Lake, south of St. Louis. He was finally discovered 3 days after the accident thanks to a canine unit. Authorities airlifted Cody to a nearby hospital in St. Louis with critical injuries. He was then placed in a medically induced coma. After 2 weeks, Cody finally woke up.
Oh my gosh, I was so overjoyed, especially when I went over there and I was like, do you know that this is mommy? And he shook his head yes. And I was like, do you know that I'm here and that I love you? And he said yes. I cried. I started bawling because that to me was like the sign that I really needed.
Cody is now off the ventilator, talking and starting physical therapy. We're going to have more for you on this story tonight on KOAM News at 10. Joplin Eagles begin their quest for a championship. Ryan's going to break down what the team needs to be successful on the gridiron in 2025. That's later in sports.
And our temperatures are going to start to heat back up. We're going to look at that coming up. Not a bad Tuesday for us today, especially for the middle of August. Our average high is right at about at its peak, the hottest that we get for this time of the year, into low to mid 90s. We hit upper 80s to near 90, not near the widespread rain that we had Sunday and then also on Monday, but we do still have a few isolated little guys that have popped up. So looking across southeastern Kansas, if you get stuck underneath one of these, it's not going to rain long. 5 or 10 minutes, that's about it. But you can see them kind of dying. These guys, southeastern Kansas, will continue to fall apart as we get closer to sunset. We lose our heating of the day. We just don't have the upper level dynamics this time of the year to really keep these guys moving. So they're just kind of afternoon pop-up, and then they're pretty much gone. All right, let's walk through your next 72 hours, everything you need to know for the next few days. We're going to start at about 7 o'clock in the morning. So getting up, getting outside, upper 60s, so another comfortable morning across the region. Let's go to the noon hour. Already we're sitting into the mid 80s. Once we get to about our high temp of the day, about 4 to 5 p.m., temperatures right around 90, 91. And again, there's a very slight chance for 1 or 2 little storms to pop up. And again, very similar to today, anything that would pop up would die once we lose the heating of the day. Here's Thursday morning, 6 a.m., comfortable start again, mid to upper 60s. But by Thursday afternoon, we start to pump in the heat just a little bit more. So 93, 94, maybe 95 for afternoon highs, and then it will continue to go up from that point on toward the weekend. All right, 87 by noon, high temp of 90 on your Wednesday. Great shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam. We are looking northeast, right through downtown. And through the evening, we slide from the 80s, 70s into the upper 60s. A little bit cooler out there right now where some of those little showers have popped up. Everybody else, upper 80s to lower 90s. Humidity's kind of high, dew point sitting into lower 70s. So what that means for you is it feels kind of sticky to muggy across the region, and it's August. That's what we're going to see as we go through time. In fact, we're moving into a prolonged stretch of heat across the region. Heat indices could be worse. They're sitting kind of in that lower 90s, and I think that's where they're going to stay over the next couple days. Heat index will start to really creep up as we head into the weekend. Low to mid 90s Wednesday, low to mid 90s again, the way it's going to feel to your skin on Thursday. A little bit cooler though the past couple days. We've had this little upper level wave across the region, but as this shifts east, then we get into the big heat dome again, and it moves right back in and gives us the heat and the humidity as we head toward the weekend. So by the weekend, right on top of us, we could get a random storm or two, but it just kind of hangs out, moves a little bit back toward the west by the middle of next week. So yeah, it's going to be hot. It's going to feel like August. 91 tomorrow, 94 Thursday, 97 on Friday, and then near 100 by the time we head into the weekend. And we stay in the upper 90s all the way through the first half of next week. But we are going to introduce some hit and miss little showers.
But you're not putting triple digits on that forecast.
No, we're going to try to keep it under that.
I appreciate that, even if it's a degree or two. Thanks. Still ahead, the Royals and Cardinals have a chance to secure their series tonight. We're going to preview the matchups coming up. And high school football practices are underway in Missouri and Oklahoma. We're going to hear from the Joplin Eagles as the start of the season approaches.
The Joplin Eagles are coming off another successful campaign in 2024 with a district championship game appearance. And as the Eagles enter year 11 under head coach Curtis Jasper, experience will lead the way. One position to look out for in this squad is tight end. Joplin has 3 returning tight ends that have varsity experience. And over the last few years, the program has turned the position into a strength with hopes of implementing a creative offense that gets everyone involved.
We're always trying to compete with each other, trying to get better so that we maybe get more reps than the other guy, but whenever it comes to Friday nights, we're just worried about who's the best person on the field in that situation and trying to be the best and support our teammates as much as possible whenever we're not competing against each other.
A few years ago, we didn't have any tight ends in the program, and then, now we have, I think, 8 tight ends, in the junior varsity and varsity program combined. So it's definitely a program of strength, and there's all kinds of innovative ways that we can use 1, 2, or even 3 tight ends.
A key piece of the Eagles' identity this season will be physicality, and it all starts up front in the trenches on the offensive and defensive lines. With several returners on both sides of the ball, Joplin believes that they can match the physicality of any opponent.
We got a lot of returning starters on the offensive line and a few on the defensive line, and one of the more physical groups we've had in Joplin the past few years. It's all about physicality. If you can be more physical than the other guy around you, beside you, or in front of you, it's really hard to be beat. We saw how important it was last year, and the more physical team won almost every game that we played last year. And so seeing that and seeing how important it is to be physical helps you know that you have to be physical if we're going to be good. They've had a really good summer in the weight room, getting stronger. So I think when you get stronger, it builds a lot of confidence, like going down there, knowing that you can move your people when you need to and do your job how you're supposed to. And we have a lot of coaches that build them up to show them that they can be that physical and that they can always do their job to the best of their ability.
Joplin opens their season at home on August 29th against Kickapoo. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. The Royals and Cardinals open the week with wins on Monday and now have the opportunity to win their respective series tonight at home. The Royals opened their series against the Nationals with a 7-4 win last night. Salvador Perez and Kyle Isbell paced the offense as both hitters cleared the yard with a 2-run homer of their own. Bobby Wood Jr. and Adam Frazier each had multiple hit performances as well. With the series on the line, with a win potentially tonight in the series, Kansas City is sending Michael Walker to the mound. First pitch is coming up in about 15 minutes from Kauffman Stadium. In St. Louis, the Cardinals downed the Rockies last night 3-2 with some late game heroics. Lately, it's been Yoel Pozo, but Monday night's hero was Brendan Donovan, who knocked in the game-tying and winning runs with a pinch hit 2-run double in the 8th. Matthew Liberatore returns to the mound tonight as the Redbirds look to secure the series. First pitch from Busch Stadium coming up in about 20 minutes at 6:45. That's it for your sports. We're back after this break.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Neosho holds that town hall to discuss selling the city's water and wastewater systems. Plus, history buffs dig into the Bonnie and Clyde story after a special movie screening. And it's a block party before kids head back to school in Carl Junction. Those stories, a lot more, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. It's getting hotter out there, folks.
It is. Still not too bad for Wednesday. Gets a little worse on Thursday, and then 97 on Friday. Near 100 as we head into the weekend. Now, we are going to have a very slight chance for a random storm or two, especially as we head into the weekend early next week. But overall, a little dry stretch now after a couple days of rain.
Well, we needed the rain. We
did.
Got some, and it looks like we have at least chances in the days ahead.
Yeah.
So we'll take it. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.